Let's set the party limit to like 1. 2. And then let's, might stand up and just kind of roam around a bit. Oof. Just clear my throat,
I've seen COVID cases have gone up again in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, it's going up now. Let me just check.
Oh, bloody hell.
COVID cases.
Yeah, the stream's up, so just nice and relaxed. I'll announce it in a sec, just waiting for people to join, get involved, get invested.
Good, I'll put a link out on Twitter so we can get the support well and truly going.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a chill night though, I've got a headache, mate.
Yeah, you need to get to a screen so I can actually see the F1.
Well, we have people on track at the moment. Ash Best, Greeny, CC, Rafa and Callum Anderson. Midnight just as well. Coming out very early onto the soft compound tyres. We will enable tyres actually just to see what people have on at the moment. Nano Bacon and Dre Bay currently fitted the medium tyre, which hopefully Edward, they won't be starting on unless they're outside the top 10, because I want to see people on the soft compounds. I want to see people get a maximum around this track, Edward, and I want to see people putting it in the wall if they spin off and going too hard. That's what I want to see tonight.
I couldn't agree anymore.
Well, I guess it's time. I've had a minute to try and get some energy going. So hello and welcome, one and all. It's the one, the only, Lordy-MK, back again for another week. Sorry I wasn't there last week. Would tell you the reason, but personal, so not going to. And welcome to Spa-Francorchamps in the lovely country of Belgium, in the Ardennes Forest. I am joined tonight by a PSGL FP champion in Lickle Blocks. So say hi, Lickle, and introduce yourself.
Hello everyone.
There you go, nice and short and sweet, the way I like it. You know, just like Ash Best losing it out of the bus stop chicane. That's what I like to see. It's fantastic. Well, he'll be the first person around the track, maybe not too sure. I think Greeny is behind in the Alfa Romeo. Yes, he is. So I'm not sure if Rafa is further out on track, but we will stay on board with Ash Best as he comes through a rouge right about now. Pardon me. Going roughly about 200 miles per hour, hitting highs of 208 miles an hour down the straight. Some drivers, if they run the lowest swings possible, which I imagine people will not be. Obviously it is performance cars, so the Williams is not going to be the best in a straight line. And Ash Best seems to be locking up the front right as coming down the hill onto the long banked right-hander, and then the banked left-hander. Don't run wide there, you do get penalised for corner cuts very, very easily. As we now come to, should be flat out, maybe lift off the throttle a tiny bit, but you will lose downforce coming through that section. And I believe Ash Best has invalidated his lap, so we will go on board with Lucas Greenus, who's also invalidated his lap. So this is not going very well so far. Rafa is the next person out on track who hasn't invalidated his lap, a driver of pure pedigree. Being able to keep within the track limits, and Rafa's really going for it in this Williams. Obviously, as a lot of drivers know, the Williams is a boat, and at the end of the day, if you can get any sort of points in that thing, then you're a goat in my book anyway. But Rafa now coming through Bonchemont. It should be flat out, nice easy corner. You don't really mess that up, only in the wet conditions, which hopefully we won't see tonight. Everybody is opting for the soft tyre. Oh, does lock up and into the bus stop chicane. Bit slow on exit as well for Rafa. I think he can get more out of the car, but he is going to set a lap time, and it will be provisional pole, a 1:43.5, which gets instantly beaten by Callum Anderson in the Renault, a 1:42.8. So we're just going to stay on board with a few drivers, see where people are placed currently. I know people have messed up their laps, as we see Midnight in the Haas set a 1:43.5, so that's going to be tight between the Haas guys and the Williams guys for pure pace. I've also seen the likes of Game Freaker go third with a 1:43.0 as Tom AJ crosses the line and sets a 1:43.6. And then Three Gloves crosses the line, so it's a 1:43.4. So, barring two drivers, Bugatti being one of them, there's not many people getting in the 1:41s. 1:42s, sorry, Edward.
Indeed, I've just seen Shane got to fourth. 43.09. So, in the McLaren F1 car.
And if you didn't know who Shane was, that is TTG Cowboy. As Edward rightly pointed out, Shane in the McLaren is... not a bad lap actually in the McLaren. I think he would hope to be, Bugatti in an Alfa Romeo and Game Freaker. I believe that's in a Racing Point. If I just flick to him very quickly, yeah, I think he'd be hoping to beat them guys there. But not too bad from Schön so far. There's a driver off track. I don't know if he's just getting out of the way of drivers or if he's had a bit of a moment. But we'll stay on board with some of these guys further down the grid, who are either on their second out lap. Second time lap, or they've just pitted. Sorry, they've just come out from the pits and they're on their first line lap. So we're just going to cycle through. We've got the likes of Greeny, who's definitely on his second time lap because he messed up the first one. CC, who I believed he messed up the first one as well. We've got AMS, Sutty, Dino, and Giuliano Manu, who I think was the guy in the gravel earlier on during the lap. He's really going for it. So he's actually purple through the first sector, Edward.
Mr. Tuesday Night lighting up the timing screens at the moment. I'm going to check that because I don't think he will be 31.2. He definitely isn't. Because Callum Anderson has done a 30.0.
Why did the bar come up purple then when he crossed the first sector?
Codemasters at his finest.
That's why I thought he went fastest in the first sector, but clearly Joel nowhere near the pace. He's in the same car as Nano Bacon. This man used to be in Formula 3, I believe, or 4, I don't even know. Joel's been a consistent member of Tuesday Night for so long, I forgot what actual equal league he was in, because we never even get to see his pace on an equal level. But he is going to finish the lap, maybe not. He's not even on a lap because he's got fully air. My head is gone today, boys, I swear. I've been watching a guy go around a lap thinking he's pushing in 8th gear and he's using no AOS, Edward. It's not going to be a very good stream tonight, I tell you. I am full.
Just watching Luke Green up Radion and over Rouge. It looked very nice from the Alfa Romeo drive. He needs to be aiming for a low 30, high 29 sector 1. That Ferrari power unit very good on the straights in this game. Stunt very unrealistic as he does go fast in the first sector on the 29.9. Currently about a 10th up on Callum. Just before this race started, he said he expects to be on pole by half a second.
Yeah, some drivers do come out with some absolutely bonkers accusations. There's a Mercedes actually spun up Radion. I don't know who that is. Is it Sutty? Yeah, Sutty spun up Radion, which is quite humorous. Managed to keep it out of the wall, I believe. CC did get compromised, but then into La Source has cut the corner, so CC again is going to have to go into the pit lane and get a new set of boots on and go back out again. So, not very impressed, to be fair, Edward. 8 drivers still yet to set a qualifying lap, and we've got under 10 minutes, so I'm not impressed at the moment.
Fair to Greeny, he's 4/10 up on Callum Anderson at the moment as he does come into that last stop chicane. AMS goes second. That is a long time since I've seen a man like that get up onto the front row, but he's going to lose it now because Luke Green smashes it. He goes on pole by half a second like he said he would. Maybe it wasn't as bonkers as he maybe thought at the beginning.
Well, Greeny is a top driver. Currently in Formula 2 racing the likes of CC Brain, Big C. So, it really does show Greeny has stepped up his game.
Oh, out, see you later.
I'm not too sure where that is, Edward, if you'd like to clarify, but Sutty has retired from the race.
On the exit of the right-hander onto the straight before Blanchimont. I'm just on board with Sutty, and he just goes the tiniest bit wide, and that Mercedes just goes.
The most stable car on the grid.
So funny.
The most stable car on the grid is not looking so good anymore. Sutty will start. Did Sutty set a lap? No. So Sutty, most likely, if nobody sets a lap, will start from the back of the grid. Currently on board a Game Freak on an out lap. I want to see what that man can do. He's normally in the mix at the front because he gets the upper echelons of them midfield cars, so he's normally in the hot seat when it comes to Formula performance. 3 gloves right ahead of him. I know they're not teammates officially. I do believe, you know, like the teammates in the race aren't actually the teammates on the grid, if that makes any sense to you guys. You know, the teammates are predetermined before the race, before the season starts, and then obviously depending on your pace you go into a different bracket of car. But Game Freaker is backing off as Bugatti has spawned. Nearly done a Giovinazzi, and he's nearly spawned on the rejoin as well. So Alfie, also known as Bugatti 0309, fucking hell, I don't. 030629 is now in the gravel, trying to get out of the way of people. Callum Anderson looking to beat Luke Green, but he's on an invalid lap time, so another driver struggling to get up there as well. Bugatti's still in the wall, trying to get out of people's way. I'm trying to think of who to go on board with. Really, no one's standing out, impressing me so far. 3 gloves is starting his lap. Did he give Game Freak a slipstream, or did Game Freak give him slipstream? I'm not too sure what's going on, to be honest. I think Game Freak is behind 3 gloves, but they're too far back to give any sort of slipstream between these guys. Anybody else to keep an eye on, Edward? I know there's yellow flags on the straight. Is that Alfie? Oogie, did you say?
P2!
Oh!
Oogie!
Game Freak has lost it. Sorry, P2 for Oogie Azim. Don't know what car he's in. Probably a Red Bull by the looks of it.
Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, Game Freak has just lost it. Going into the long left-hander. Not No Name, the one after No Name. I can't remember what it's called. Poo-on, that's it. All these French-sounding names.
Currently, Green is pooing on this grid. On pole by 410.
Well, he's a quick driver, and that Alfa Romeo isn't exactly bad. So I think Greeny may have been a bit nice to himself this weekend. I know Greeny does normally get either the Haas or the Williams, and you know, likes to mix it up a bit and give the faster drivers opportunities in faster cars. But when you're 5 cents faster than Oogie Azim in an Alpha Tauri, I think that says a lot, doesn't it, Edward?
I do agree. Greeny, he said he wanted an Alpha Star, and he's given it. See, that is the admin corruption of that man. He's like the Boris Johnson of this grid.
Edward, keep your political views to yourself. You don't know who could be watching. But yes, Greeny really did want the Alpha for Spa. You know, the Williams is notorious for being the worst car at Spa. Not to drive, but just in overall performance, the Williams is awful. And I know from experience of driving the Haas in equal performance that the Haas is absolutely dreadful. I would pick the Williams over the Haas, even though it is a tiny bit faster, because the Haas drives like a boat, so it is disgraceful.
Yep. I've had the Williams 2 races in a row here on the last game. It was awful, and I purposely asked for the Williams at Spain so I could avoid it here for Spa, but unfortunately I didn't make it to Spa. I decided to depart after Spain.
Yeah, when your time is up, your time is up, as Shane goes P3 in the McLaren. I was on board with him for his entire lap just to see where he did place himself. Wasn't a bad lap actually. I was getting a lot of purples in the sectors, but as you know, Edward, the game is wrong and I should not trust the game, so I'm not relying on what the game will be saying to me tonight. I don't know who's going to take, as Shane completely cuts the chicane. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that anymore, are you, Edward? To cut in to get around the track?
I don't know.
I know it was banned. You're not allowed to cut the track for slipstream purposes.
Yeah, we should have done that last season, if you remember. For Alfie's pole position, out giving him a double toe. On
double toe. Was it France or? Oh,
No,
where was it?
on the demonstrate and Blanchimont.
Oh, where's it? Spa. Oh, I didn't realise it was at Spa. Well, that says a lot. That does about, you know, a driver like Ushin Miguel. You know, not here, and I think that really does sum up his short stint in FP. I think it was one race, wasn't it? Or two?
One race and got the boot. One or two races and got the boot.
Yeah, not somebody you want in a Formula Performance seat. As we do see Shane struggle to get past the final sector. He's run out of fuel, trying his utmost to get back to the pit lane and get out for another lap. He's cut off the track in doing so. But we will now go on board with the fast guys. I'm not going to say on board with Greeny because he's pole anyway. So I want to see who could challenge for that pole, but judging by the grid, Edward, no one's challenging for that.
I reckon Greeny's got it wrapped up. I'm trying to see. I keep thinking Free Gloves is in McLaren because I've seen him in it quite a few times, but it's actually Dre like to start his lap. And the only man out on mediums, by the way, Duo Finn. Yep,
Duo Finn. Infamous for being in F1 for the F1 community for so long. He used to be my teammate back in the day on F1 2015. So that shows you how old he is. I'm not too old, I'm only 20 myself, but Duo Finn is, and is still getting on a bit. I'd like to see Duo not last, and I'd like to see Duo not spin in a league race. I think it's been so long since Duo has kept all four wheels on the tarmac for an entire race, and if you can hear me, Duo, I hope you can keep it on the racetrack, and good luck to you, and I've got faith that you will keep it on the racetrack tonight. Any news anywhere else, Edward, as I watch Game Freaker start his lap?
I've just noticed through AMS has picked up a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking.
Well, the stewards are going to have to look into that. I'm not too sure what AMS has done to warrant that penalty, but we will see. As we will go on board with Dre Bay, we won't go on board with Greeny. He might improve, he might not. As Sheard retires from the rest of the qualifying. Doesn't believe he can get around the track, and from the position he's at, Edward, I would have to agree with him. And people now is going to hold up Dre Bay, Edward. If you go on board with him now, you're going to see in the last sector. Rafa gets out. Rafa gets out of the way. Anybody else going to get out of the way? Dre Bay, Duo Fins all over the shop.
He's getting a slipstream here more than anything, to be honest. Oogie Azim, Oogie's going to block him.
Yeah, Oogie mate.
To block him.
Here we go into the bus stop chicane. Oogie's definitely
from Oogie.
Yeah, not brilliant from Oogie Azim. Not really very sportsmanlike. Dre only goes 11th, but the amount of traffic he had to negotiate, I'm not really surprised. Poor old Dre. His internet may be bad, but his racecraft ain't too bad, and well, his lap's been ruined there. So people need to be a bit more aware and move. And Game Freaker's done exactly the same thing again, Edward. And he's spun the racing point on his flying lap, and he's got to pray two people beat him now, because that has been an awful end to an awful session for Game Freaker.
Game Freaker. I'm just watching the the holding FP champ, if that's what you want to call it. I can't remember. Alfie Ollie into that very understeering corner, locks up, and now into No Name, holding it in fourth gear up to fifth. He is struggling. I don't know, Alfie is just can't get the grips of this Alpha, and he's going to run wide almost in this let's keep watching.
Yeah, I'm just watching CC Brain. He'll be the first person to cross the line, and it will be one of the Red Bulls. Just trying to look on the indicator. Well, as Alfie Ollie does bow out of the qualifying session, CC Brain has set a valid lap time, or he will do, in 2 corners. Greeny retires from the session. Rafa has ended up crashing out of the qualifying session as CC goes 11th, and I think Nano Bacon will be the next to cross the line, and Nano Bacon goes 2nd, Edward. That's a fantastic lap time.
Yeah, very good from him. I noticed he was on the mediums earlier on in the quali, so definitely a lot of time to find from the start of quali on a set of mediums to the very end on a fresh set soft. So
do agree, as Oogie Azim will cross the line as well. Will he beat Nano Bacon? He will. Oogie Azim beats Nano Bacon. And can anybody else challenge? AMS locks up going to the bus stop. That's going to make it very tight on exit, and he's going to get no traction whatsoever. But where's he going to put him? AMS across the line, and it's 4th for AMS. Can anybody else challenge? Callum Anderson. No.
Richard Cassetta
No.
in the Williams.
Ignore
50.
Richard Cassetta. No, get out. We don't care about Richard Cassetta. We care about Callum Anderson. And Callum Anderson, he's in the top 6. Can it be the top 5? Maybe even the top 3. It looks pretty slow, but as he crosses the line, it's definitely going to be fast. No, it's not. It's worse, Edward. It's worse. No. What? It's Paul. Callum.
He's.
Eh?
Oh, he improved his final set. He was half a second up from the middle sector.
I'm so confused. Yeah. I've just watched Callum Anderson cross the line, and he didn't improve, but now he's gone pole.
Yeah, he was lacking a bit coming out of the bus stop chicane there, but I didn't notice he was half a second up at the end of the middle sector. The bus stop looked shocking from him. Looked terrible. I don't know how he's gone to pole.
Yeah, he did.
Luke Green, the man he said he was going to get on pole at half a second in the grid.
Yeah, it's not a bad result for Luke Green. AMS will pick up a 5th-place grid penalty, which will demote him to 10th place, which gives everybody else a chance to get up there. I think Alfie will be relieved most of all because he ruined his final lap, and at least he won't be at the back of the top 10. He will have one position over somebody. It promotes Shane up to 5th as well. Dino up to 6th. It's 3 gloves and Tom AJ up to 8th and 9th respectively as well. So not a bad qualifying session. Got a bit more interesting towards the end. I think people just not producing early on in the session.
Yeah, to be fair to Luke, starting second is much fair to being on pole.
Yeah, if he can get the toe down the straight. I don't know if the updates come through for obviously the power units of cars or whatever the F1 was saying, Codemasters was saying, sorry. I'm not too sure if that's come through yet, but obviously that Renault, if it hasn't, is not one of the best on the straights, and the Alpha isn't too bad. So we're going to see what people can do. But at the moment, I'm a bit confused because Callum Anderson has been one of the standout performers in quali, but normally bottles it in the race. Luke has his best opportunity for a race win today. I think he's in an Alfa Romeo. He can't really get much better than that. And outside contenders, AMS does look quick. We had a penalty. Chin looks alright, to be fair. Call boy in the McLaren. But I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I'm going to get some paracetamol, so I'm going to let you talk away for the quick formation lap.
Yes. Oh yes. You're all in the hands of the mighty Liquid Blocks now. Hello everyone. So, actually we can't see on Lordy's screen. I'll just let you know now that everyone of course in the top 10 has to start on the soft compound tyres. Then everyone from 11th to 19th all on the medium compound tyres. Then you've got Sutty in 20th on the soft compound tyres. So I'll repeat that one more time. Everyone in the top 10 on softs. 11th to 19th on mediums, and then 20th on soft. So Sutty. I feel like someone that's gonna. I don't know. I feel like Oogie could be in the lead by the end of the Keble Straight. We'll see. I think we'll see. And Alfie. Okay, Alfie. Alfie and AMS disqualified from the formation lap. Jeez, Dino, I didn't notice, went 6th in the Ferrari. Not too bad from him, not too bad. Soon, we're going to be seeing the Ferrari at the 5th best car, or the 6th best car on the grid, once they add the performance update. Quite crazy. Put your predictions in the... You've got 7 people in now. Put your predictions in the chat. Who do you think is going to win? I feel like we'll see... I don't know, I feel like Joe will fluke his way to a victory. I feel like he just gets himself up there sometimes without anyone actually noticing. I reckon Joe will fluke a victory here. I reckon Greeny and Callum will come together due to Lagugi will bin it, and then Nano Bacon will drop a bit in the race, I think. Because as seen in races at Hungary, he may have had a bit of pace in quali, but then his race pace did drop off massively. So I'm going to go for a bit of core. A surprise race winner here tonight in Formula Performance. Round 5. I think Callum is. I think this might be Callum's second pole of this season. As he bins it there. Hopefully Lordy's back for the start. Because if he's not back for the start, I'm gonna have to lead you. Off the grid, and I don't know when the lights are gonna be or who he's going to be on board with. I assume he'll be on board with Callum, which is good. But yeah, everyone getting onto the grid now. We'll go to Sutty. Well, I'm going to go to Sutty, who's in 20th place, starting down here. The Mercedes having a bit of a dreadful qualifying. Toto Wolff mega fuming in the Mercedes garage there. On the pit wall, in fact, on the garage, wherever he sits, punching his fists on the table. Anyway, I don't think Lordy is here. So, you got me for the start, lads, so good luck. The lights are on, the engine's roaring away as the green flag waves. The lights are not coming on. The lights are not coming on. I think the lights are dead, people. I think the lights are dead. I think the lights are dead, everyone. I'm not sure if they're dead on Lordy's screen, but they're dead on mine. I think we need to abort the start. Abort the start. I think they need to go for another formation lap here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. They're stuck on the grid. Who's causing this? And Jolyon and Manu leaves. He was the one who was breaking the lobby. And he's go. Here in is it a restart?
Not too sure. I think it's actually go. No, everyone's going full speed. Sorry, I wasn't here to interrupt you there, but it looks like Greeny's had a fantastic start. Obviously, Joel is not on the grid, but we will ignore that for the moment as Greeny takes the lead, and there's yellow flags already in sector 1. It looks like Dre Bay, Edward.
Duo, wrong way round, and Dre, I think now Dre flying for damage.
Oh, Duo Finn right at the back of the grid. Shocking start from him again.
Does it say Sutty's in the lead for you?
Yeah, time screen's completed, but C-Type Demons winning the race now Duo Finn, so I think once the game collects its thoughts, as Midnight picks up a 3-second penalty for warnings already, Edward.
It can only be Midnight. A BDG driver under Big C's management. I don't think Big C be happy to see something like that from one of his young talents.
Knows we get the predicted pit stop strategy appear on my screen as Nanobay can take second position from Callum Anderson. So Callum Anderson's had an awful start. AMS and Dino battling 11th and 12th. Going to quickly fast forward to that, just see what's happening. And round the outside is going to go CC Brain of AMS. There's contact made, and CC is still on the inside. AMS doesn't give him a lot of room, but he is on the better tire. But CC's going to stick it in there. And look at that, it's yellow flags again, Edward.
Richard Cassetta. I think he might have damage, I don't know.
Richard Cassetta has front right end plate damage, and he's in a Williams, so he's out of the race. He's behind Duo Finn, so it's really not gone well for him as Game Freaker gets past Dino.
Oh, Big Shun! Jesus Christ, this is a Big Shun. I don't know, who was it? AMS? Yeah, AMS spinning the wrong way around. He's trying to enter the pit lane, I think. And I think if he keeps going, he'll get disqualified. And Joel apparently says the fastest lap with a minute .6.
Yeah, the game is completely broken as C-Type Demon gets rammed off the road by Jolyon and Manu. From the look of it, it's probably
this isn't the right lap, is it? It's not lap 3. This is lap 2.
It should be lap 2. As Joel's lost it and Sutty's out. What is that?
Look, this lobby's broken. This lobby is severely broken. Joel just turned into a barrier.
Yeah, Joel lost it up a Rouge, and right, Joel now is. I don't know if Joel's got like. I don't know what to say, Edward. It's all gone wrong. You know, Richard Cassetta's back in the race. He's got a fresh set of boots on and a fresh wing.
Is it? A shambles from him.
Yeah, Sutty's lost it and is dead. Joel has left the session, but his AI is quicker than him, so he probably should stay left from the session, to be honest, Edward. AMS is lucky that Sutty died because he has pitted for a set of mediums, and I imagine we'll go double medium or maybe go to the end. Not go to the end, that is, he will not make it to the end, but he might have to put the hards on Edward if he don't go under the set of mediums.
And if Joel takes control of his car, he will be disqualified from this race. So
yeah, Joel Manu is not allowed to join back and will be disqualified. So just a quick note, Joel will be disqualified if he takes control of his car. That is the rule in PSGL. If you lag out or have internet issues, that is not our problem. And action will be taken as a few cars are pitting. It has to be the hards if it's to the end, Edward. If it's not, then they're doing a 2-stop.
Yeah, I think AMS is the hardcore broken. But I think it's so in the process of sorting itself out though. But the leader, the HUD on the left hand side was completely broken. I think it's more of a spectator issue.
Yeah, not too sure what's happened. Midnight, I don't know if he's got a pit lane glitch or he's been held by Haas. He's finally been released now. And he's on a fresh set of softs. So Midnight with a 3-second penalty, he's got a lot to do already. C-Type Steeman is in the top 10, Edward.
Man, and Green's pitted for me. There's no way they're going 19 laps. The soft can barely go 9. There's no way me doing double distance.
No.
He does that, man.
No.
I reckon. I said when you weren't here, I reckon Joe could fluke his way to a victory, and he is currently running in P2. So he's giving himself a good chance here to possibly sneak a victory from out of nowhere.
Yeah, true. 2 drivers have opted for the hards to the end. The hards will go to the end. It will be a tight stretch, but the hards are dreadful around this track. You need mechanical grip, and you also need grip from the tyres, and you are not going to get any grip whatsoever from the tyres, especially if you're on a wheel. You are not going to heat them hards up very easily. If you're on a pad, you're not too bad. Right. If you're not on a pad, you're not too bad. The tyres heat up a bit quicker for people on the pad. But obviously, you know, consequently, if you're on the soft tyre, your soft tyres die quicker because obviously they're up to temperature and overheat easier as well. So, goods and bads for the pad. The pad's obviously notoriously so bad on this game. Like, I drive and race on pad, and it is awful on this game. And that's just the way it is. I don't think it's the wrong decision. Because, you know, the wheel is an instrument that should be used for driving simulators, and F1, as bad as it is a driving simulator. So, you know, but back to the race, ignoring my rants about stupid controllers and consoles. We've got the top 5 on softs, so good. They haven't pitted, and they will pit roughly around lap 7-8, I imagine.
Yeah, I think so. I can't see the medium runners going to the end. If they are, they're going to be in puncture territory, I think. I'm just going to go get my phone charged. My phone's about to die on me. I'm not having that. Bear with me.
As we bear with Edward. It's quite funny watching these guys go around. The safety car will stay out for an extra lap because of Joliana Manu did not catch the back of the field in time. It normally waits for everybody to catch the back of the field before anything happens, as Midnight pits, and I imagine we'll switch to the hard tyre, or he'll go medium. I imagine it'll be hard to go to the end, but no, he's pitting for a set of mediums. So Midnight has rubbered in his soft tyres. I don't know if he served a penalty, if that was just lag. I think it was lag, as there is end plate damage in the first corner. But yeah, Midnight should not go to the end. Everybody on the grid, bar the 2 hard drivers, will have to stop again. That's a guarantee. There's no doubt about it. You cannot take the mediums to the end, and the softs definitely will not go to the end. So yeah, these drivers will have to pit again. They will not be taking these tyres to the end. I repeat, they will not be taking these tyres to the end. If you do, you'll have to be going 3 seconds a lap slower per lap. It is just not possible. And as Joel just completely cuts the chicane, I hope he gets a penalty or a warning for that. And he has taken control of his car, which means he will be disqualified. Well, it looks like he's taking control of his car. He's not ghosted or anything like that. So Joel will be disqualified, unfortunately. But we will go back up to the guys at the front. We've got Nano Bacon, Core Boy, 3 Gloves, Tom AJ and Bugatti. They're all on the soft tyre, and they're all going to do the normal strategy of probably pitting around 9, I'd say now, around lap 9, and then taking the tyres from lap 9 putting a set of mediums on and taking the mediums to the end. So yeah, it's not. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know what's going to happen in this race, as Joel does retire from the race, which is the correct decision. So he was going to get disqualified anyway, so even if he raced Edward, he would have just been putting himself out to get even more penalties, really, wouldn't he? But I believe the safety car should be in this lap. If it isn't, I'd be surprised, because it hasn't told me it's in this lap. Not that I've seen anyway.
It is in this lap. I've just seen it on the. I saw it in the bottom left of my screen. It said safety car in this lap. So Bert Mylander will be pulling into the pit lane, and you have Nano Bacon leading the pack away for safety car restart. I reckon we're going to see a pile up over Rouge on these cold tyres. It's going to happen. And Joe's pit. What's the point in that?
Not too sure, as the safety car does come in now. Joe will go to the back of the grid. I don't know why he's pitting unless he's got a penalty to serve or he's got damage. There was debris at turn 1, Edward. Yeah.
Wing changer.
There you go then. So it was Joe's car, and I think Nano Bacon has just been released after that as there's yellow flags. It's C-Type Steeman. C-Type Steeman moving out of the way of everybody, Edward.
Classic Matt Romano.
Edward, what's the point? Is what I'd like to say. As we're going to see a 3-way battle. Oh my god, it's going to be 3 wide. AMS is going to make it 3 abreast going into La Source, and he has rammed Duofin out of the way. He has literally pushed Duofin out of the way. AMS has not improved in driving standards, as Midnight will go around the outside of Duo, going around the long right-hander. Duo should be able to keep it in there, but Midnight's very forcible. A lot of room given, as Duofin's really going to fight this, Edward.
Yep, and he's back. Oh my god, he hit Midnight. Why's Duo gone on soft? I want to it's all mediums.
Yep, Duo will go softs then mediums again, I believe, if he's got a fresh set. If not, he'll have to put on the hards, as he's nearly spun in the middle sector. Not really any interesting battles, I think. Staying on board with the front runners is probably your best bet. Dre Bay seems quite close to CC Brain, who definitely won't be getting DRS because he's not fast enough, as AMS and Ash Best are now battling, Edward.
Now that's one I want to see. You know, AMS don't want to let the driver and the Williams and the hards get past him, and Ash isn't going to get past him. You know, AMS these days, he's lost a bit of speed, but he's certainly turned the aggression levels up, as I think we've both experienced in the past.
Yeah, I don't really know. A lot of drivers do lose a lot of speed through the years. I certainly have, compared to what I used to be, but I've probably got faster in the grand scheme of things, but obviously the competition has got better as Greeny breezes past Rapper down the straight. But with AMS, he certainly has got worse. You know, this man was an F3 prodigy, and he would be challenging for some good points in F3. I had the pleasure of racing him last game for a brief stint, and he just didn't really seem to be anywhere, and he actually got moved down as I got moved up, so I was AMS's replacement in F3 Lickle. So very, very, very weird times for AMS.
In fact, AMS was an F1 driver, if you remember. He won a Constructors in season 21, I believe, with Louis Welch as his teammate, and then unfortunately it went downhill from there for the old man of this grid. It's actually a few older people on this grid, but you know, AMS could be considered as one of the mad ones.
Yeah, slightly older than me, AMS. I wouldn't say he's old, but he's definitely older than some of the guys on this grid. Bugatti, Tom AJ and Three Gloves look to be the closest battle. I think Nano Bacon, if he can keep that gap at 2 seconds, will run away with it, to be honest, as Three Gloves will pit, which is way too early in my opinion. But I'm not too sure.
I've been impressed with Three Gloves recently. I feel like he was in F6 last game. He's just getting better and better, I think.
No, it wasn't.
Doing so solid job. Yeah, he
In
joined
F4.
F6 last time. He joined F6 and then got promoted to F4. That was his league admin for a bit, Lordy.
Yeah, and I remember racing him at France for the win in F4, and he took me out at turn 1. Completely killed me after I dominated the entire race, and all I had to do was get past 3 gloves. I got past 3 gloves and he took me out. Just completely smashed into my rear. And for all you fans of getting smashed in the rear, no, not in that way. 3 gloves. I don't I don't think 3 gloves would take too kindly to that as well. The doors are closed. As Nano Bacon has pulled, sorry to divulge, as Nano Bacon has pulled 7/10 on Bugatti in just the first and half of the middle sector alone, Edward. So Nano Bacon really turning up the heat.
Yeah, I do agree. Poor Ash Best. Remember how he was battling AMS like a lap ago now? He is 3.7 behind him.
Yeah, well, you know, you reap what you sow. The moral of the story is, if you're quick in FP, you're getting a shit car. So, don't be quick in FP, because there's no benefit to it whatsoever. You may as well be bottom of the barrel and then have a good weekend and try and get a good performance. As every soft runner still in this race does stay out, and I think the man to watch, Edward, is Game Freaker, because he's with the top guys on a fresh, on a set of mediums. So yeah, this is really, really good for Game Freaker, Edward.
Yeah, I do agree. I think we could potentially see a bit, maybe of a double overtake. No, he's a bit too far away. But Tom AJ, surely going to fly past Alfie here. Opens up the DRS, uses overtake, and breezes past the Alpha Mate. Alpha Tauri's got very good straight line speed there. Very nice from Tom AJ, very good straight line speed. Dre is getting past DC Brain as Callum gets past Rapid as well. 3 overtakes, 3 separate overtakes on the same straight like that.
Yep, engine modes and engines do differ in Formula Performance, and it really does show down the straight. Game Freaker, I don't think he'll want to overtake, only unless these guys go any slower, because he is in the best position in the house at the moment. Greeny has pulled 2 to 3 tenths on this front group, so Game Freaker needs to be mindful, but as long as he's got the DRS and has that buffer, Edward, Game Freaker's in the hot seat.
Yeah, I feel like I really do think Greeny's gonna have to stop again. So I don't think those mediums will. For everything wrong, I haven't actually done a race round Spa, so don't know.
Yeah. Well, from my knowledge and from having experience of doing a race round Spa, they don't last at all. You know, the softs get to about lap 6 in normal racing circumstances, and then they go really bad. Like really, really bad. I won't be surprised if people come into the pits this lap and there you go. Well, there's 2 laps under the safety car and they're pitting basically on lap 8, Edward, so you know they've had enough of them tyres. I imagine 3 gloves will be ahead of these guys, and yeah, it should be straight onto mediums, and it releases Game Freaker now, who now has a 1.1 second gap over Green, so Game Freaker really does need to get a shift on.
I do agree. Tom AJ goes onto the hard compound tyres. I think Juho is going to come out quite near to this battle. Juho Finn versus Nano Bacon. Oh, they're going to be side by side off a route. Go on, Juho! Juho Finn! Oh, they're going to be side by side off a route. He's going to stick it around the outside of the Mercedes driver, and there's going to be contact. And where is Nano Bacon? I don't know.
He's alright, he's alright. He's next to him, he's next to him, he's next to him.
Jeez. Juho Finn getting them elbows out. That's what I like to see.
Oh, he's taken out Nano Bacon! Oh, Nano Bacon from the lead of the race! Oh, that's piqued my interest. I'm feeling a bit gloomy until Giraffe finally decided to do something. And Nano Bacon has gone for an opportunistic move, and Duo's just said, you know what, fuck you. He's just stuck the V's up through the cockpit, kept it on the inside, and Nano Bacon has to take credit for that, because take responsibility for that move, because I think Duo stuck to his guns and had no right to move, Edward.
Yeah, I'll just look back on the stream now, and Duo done nothing wrong there into breaking zone. I used this a lot with Big C back in the 2019 evaluation race or 2018 ones. The naivety from Nano Bacon there, and he spins himself around. And now for the consequences of being behind Matt Romano.
Yeah, Nano Bacon's gone from a race-winning position to potentially not scoring any points, which is a shame as Bugatti's got a great run on 3 gloves. Actually hits the back of the racing point. You may get Duofin as well. Bugatti at the bus stop chicane gets 2 in 1. What a fantastic overtake. And this means that 3 gloves is still behind Duofin as they come onto the main straight. So Bugatti with the opportunistic moves as 3 gloves is going to dive down the inside into turn 1. Duo locks both front wheels but should get better traction on exit with the soft tyres, and he's in the Mercedes, Edward, so he may have to go back at him. Surely not the same move, but Duo will get DRS and slipstream and should be a force to be reckoned with as Tom AJ is on the hards. And Tom AJ, even before the DRS board, is going to get past these guys, and he's going to get 3 gloves. Go on, Sunshine, down the inside, and that's definitely going to compromise 3 gloves race. If he lets Tom AJ pass, they're going to make contact. Think a bit nice from Tom. Yeah, he needs to get it really in there, and there's a spin. We knew it. Oh, Duo pins off as well, and Tom AJ is now out of the race. Out of the running for the win, I should say. On the hard tyres. Yeah, I don't know why he's put the hards on for a start. Stupid from Tom. And 2 don't go into 1 at that corner normally, and, well, 3 gloves, I don't think did anything wrong there either. And luckily for 3 gloves was ahead going into the corner, and, you know, that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do agree. But to be fair, props to Juhofen. He's not the fastest, but he's given us a bit of excitement here. And what, to be honest, has been a bit of a dull race until then.
I do agree. Sorry, Dre Bay on Callum Anderson for 3rd place on the medium tyres. Dre obviously one of the drivers to pit under the safety cars. Callum completely smashes him off the road. Comes back on the racing line, and I think allows Dre Bay to at least have a go back at him. As now CC Brain's going to join this battle. He may even stick it up the inside here, Edward.
And Oogie.
Finally, Spa's giving us some action. I've been a bit dull and not really concentrated today, having a bit of a headache, so apologies in advance for not the most enthusiastic commentary in the world. Well, Edward seems to be getting very excited over what's going to unfold as Drebe tries to defend not 1 but 2 positions that he may lose down this straight. And Drebe is going to stick it in, he's going to run wide, and CC's going to have none of that, and Drebe's off the road, and Ugi Azim is going to get past Drebe. Drebe picks up a penalty, and he's going to lose another position, or is he, Edward? He cuts the corner to maintain 5th, but Ugi is still on his outside. Will he keep it there? No.
This is really good batting. Look who's on the back of this now. Dino's going to get a run out poo on. Oh, no name.
He's going to go for it. Oh, God. Heart in mouth stuff for Dino as he shifts down to 6th, surprisingly, as he uses overtake everywhere, Edward.
Just eating it, I guess.
Yeah, the throttle inputs on Dino. Just look at the bottom right, Edward, and look at that throttle input through some of these corners. It is quite depressing to watch. Really, you know, trigger happy from Dino is his 1.7 seconds off the best time in the middle sector, so really getting compromised by these guys as there's a lot of battles going on. Game Freaker has been passed by Greeny, but I don't think Game Freaker will mind because Greeny's going to have to pit. His mediums are not going to last. The guys who are pitted under the safety car, I don't want to be that guy to preempt things, Edward, but I think it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Green's got a 6.5 second gap to his closest competitor. But let's be honest, Game Freaker needs to stop. So his closest rival is Callum Anderson. So I think Greeny can afford to just look after the tyres with it and make sure he gets to the end. Whereas someone like Callum Anderson, I don't think he can really rest, to be honest. But he's going to have different train now going to be catching up to him. Dino on the back of Oogie.
A lot of VRS being deployed from these guys as Drebe is going to attack CC Brain. As Drebe gets the move done by a cost of a penalty, and Oogie just deploys everything at his disposal to keep that Ferrari behind, and not too shabby down the straight, is it, that Honda?
Yeah, the Honda's a very nice car. The Honda Power car, sorry. Very nice. So here comes Nano Bacon, Juho Finn again, and Nano's through. What a move.
Do you know what's interesting to see as well? Rafa and AMS have joined this battle. So it is an 8-car battle, basically. Midnight a bit far off, sorry. It's not 8, it's about 6 in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sorry, 6 cars. 6-car battle now. As Rafa does join the back of the pack, and the more these guys fight, the more it enables the likes of Alfie and Midnight to catch up to these guys as well. Alfie has pulled a 2-second gap to the likes of Three Gloves. But I think Greeny, Edward, just going back to your point earlier, I think Greeny is the only person going to make a 2-stop work. I can't see him going to the end on these tyres. The CC is going to be under attack from Oogie. You see him, Oogie's going to outbrake himself a bit.
Oh, nice move from AMS.
Nice move from AMS. Behind as well as Dino loses the rear, and Rafa's going to have a go at him. Look at the Williams down the straight. He's absolutely mugged Dino off completely. Rafa has to be said one of the smoothest drivers to be on board with. He just puts it in the right place wherever he goes. And he's doing a great job as well, Edward. He's the same strategy as Game Freaker. Obviously, you know, Game Freaker is a long way up the road compared to him. But Rafa, he's sticking with these guys. He will come under attack from Dino, who does love to deploy the ERS. And will Dino have the move? I'm not really too sure. Dino's going to go for it, and he's going to make it stick, Edward. So Rafa a lot to do as Dino loses the rear.
Yeah, I think Rafa needs to stop again. Going back to your point of the 2 stops and Green, I don't think Greeny needs a 2-stop. He's got the gap, just look after the tires. I think he'll be fine. I think Greeny will be fine. Could Greeny wrong, could maybe get a puncture, but Callum, I think, is going to be the one that's going to be more likely to get a puncture.
Well, there's the question of the day for the people in the comments. Will the guys who pitted under the safety car, mainly Greeny and Callum, make it to the end? Comment below yes, no, or not sure, because I definitely don't think he's going to make it, and he's going to have to stop without his tyre blowing up. Edward seems to think he'll be okay because he's got the pace. But, you know, we're torn in the commentary box. Let's see what the comments have to say, Edward, about that one, because it is a 50-50, I think.
I think we might need a bit of Mark's or Adam Onda's personal opinion. Very experienced man, both in the comms and in the racing. So I think if he's here, I'd be interested to see his opinion.
Sorry, Amos just put it. And Oogie's going down the... Oh my god. The old man, that's definitely an old man. You can call... Oh, he's lost it again in CC Brain. Oh no, Edward, oh no. Oh,
CC Cornelius is a smart man.
Yeah, Cornelius is very smart. And AMS is the first victim to fall to the 2-stop, Edward. Or the 3-stop. So AMS is the only person... The first person to fall to the 2-stop, 3-stop, as Oogie finally dispatches Dre Bait. You know, they're not a continent apart, Edward. They're 2 continents apart, and you can tell by the latency that these drivers are 2 continents apart. One in Pakistan, the other in Canada. They couldn't be any further away from each other, but they're the closest on the racetrack, Edward.
Yeah, I do agree. Oogie West Dre is certainly an interesting as Dre runs wide there. The race just started to spice up out of nowhere, and I just noticed, look at Midnight there in P9. I know he has 6 penalties, but he's also a very good result in the Haas.
Yeah, I think Midnight, he wants to be around Rafa's pace, and he's showing that he is doing a fine job after a horrific start after the race anyway. I think he was dead last at one point, so yeah, not too shabby from Midnight. If he keeps going, he's definitely not stopping again, so we will guarantee. And there we go, Edward. Greeny in the pit lane. I told you, as this yellow flags, I'm not too sure why. Somebody crashed in sector 2. Yes, it's Duo Fin, for fuck's sake. I'm sorry, I can't be arsed anymore. You know, I watch the profanity as much as possible, but for F's sake, Duo. So there's yellow flags in sector 3 as well. Has anyone crashed in sector 3? AMS is all over the place trying to get past Nano Bacon, but I did say they're going to have to pit again, Edward, and they're all coming in. Look at them, they're all coming in, Edward.
Yeah, I think Callum and Oogie's going to stretch this to the end. We both know Oogie, he's a tyre-saving merchant, is the man from Pakistan. He is going to the end, I think. I really think he could make this work, Oogie. whether Greeny has the life in his soft tyres to catch up to Callum, pass him, and make sure they're all good, I don't know. But we have to wait and see. We've got a very spicy ending on our hands, Lordy, from out of nowhere.
At the end of the day, I said Greeny had the pace to make the two-stop work, and he does, Edward. He's in a world of his own. The fact that he's come out ahead of Bugatti, who didn't pit under the safety car, and is on a fresher set of mediums compared to everybody else, really does show dominance. As Midnight's binned it. Midnight's in the wall. Midnight has been jinxed by Edward, and caps off a pretty dismal end to his Belgium Grand Prix. I think just get out of the way, Midnight, and let these guys race. I think Game Freak has also pitted for a set of softs, and he's been held up a treat by Three Gloves, who's obviously trying to catch Bugatti up ahead, and he is doing quite well at trying to get close to him. But Game Freak is not having any of it, and he really needs to get a shift on now because he's in a similar position as Greeny. But Greeny has a lot of time to make up, but he should easily win this race, Edward. He should easily win this race.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, to be honest, whether those tyres last.
Dre is in the pit lane.
Whether those softs are fast enough and can last a lot amount of time is another question. So we saw, who was it, Game Freaker, he was keeping up with the soft runners with 7 laps to go on those tyres, and Greeny's going to be doing about 7 laps there. Midnight is out, and whether that brings out a safety car, I don't know.
In the pit lane, yeah.
No, definitely not. But I don't know, I still think this could be close.
Yeah, I think the only person quick enough to make the two-stop work has been Greeny. Game Freak, not too bad pace shown by him, but the guys in front, it's brave, maybe a bit stupid, to be honest, from the guys in front. C-Type's Demon is in the pit lane, and I think should come out ahead of Tom AJ. So it's been an abysmal afternoon for Tom AJ as well, Edward, because C-Type's Demon looks to be either close or ahead of Tom AJ. I want to see this on track. He is. It's going to be Ed. It's going to be Ed, Edward. Look.
Yep. Tom AJ. Where is Tom AJ? Where is he?
16th place. Yeah, look at that. 36 seconds. Tom AJ is off the lead. Edward, 36 seconds. That man was in the contention for the race win. And it just goes to show you how one spin can just completely mess up your races. Greeny has gained a second on Dino in 1 lap, Edward.
Yeah, Greeny is on a charge. We've got to be careful of the tyres, make sure they have enough life left in them for when he catches up to the leaders. 6 seconds in 6 laps, it is doable, but will the softs hang on? If anyone's going to win this race, I think it's Oogie. If Dino pits, I think Oogie is going to win this race, if there's anyone, to be honest.
Nah, it's got to be Greeny. Greeny should easily win this race. Them tyres aren't going to last, as Nano Bacon is going to make a move into the bus stop on Ash Best. Ash Best is on the hard tyres, Edward, and it has no pace whatsoever, and it is quite sad to watch. As Dino has come into the pit lane, which unleashes Greeny. Dino has seen the error of his ways and rectified it now, but Dino down in 14th place. Looks a bit silly from these guys, just losing so much time. I think you got to go for broke now. I think if you're going to pit, it has to be this lap. The softs don't last too long, so I think if you lap 5 laps on the softs, probably should have pitted a few laps earlier. But I think if you're going to pit, it has to be this lap. But I don't think these guys will, Edward. I think they want to commit to, I think, really a silly strategy of trying to stay out to the end, because they're just going to die, Edward. They're just going to die.
Yeah, I do agree.
It's nice to hype up. I know what you're trying to do, trying to make it a bit more interesting, saying, oh, Greeny might not make it and the softs might die. You may be right. Greeny might spin and hit the wall and cause a safety car and give him a free pit stop. We're not too sure what's going to happen at the end of this Belgian Grand Prix, but I'm a realist, Edward, and in reality them medium tyres do not go more than about 14-15 laps, and these guys are going to start pushing them to about 18-19.
Yeah, I think Oogie will make it, just because he is a tyre saving. I think we both know he is a tyre saving god, Oogie. He's very good on the tyres. Callum, on the other hand, I reckon he's going to go kaboom.
Do agree. Nano Bacon has actually been passed by Ash. Oh my Jesus, there's an airplane crash. Oh my god, it Blanchimont. CC's got the. Oh my god. Oh my days into the bus. Oh my Jesus, Gideon. Oh, I've nearly had a heart attack. Oh, Drebe is taking 2 people in 2 corners, which is fantastic. CC's going to have a move down into turn 1. Ashbest somehow stays 9th position and is actually gained out of all this as CC picks up a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting. I think that was a straight 5 second. As Bugatti has been passed by Game Freaker on them, fresh sets to soft, so 2-stop is probably been the optimal decision. So well done to the guys on the 2-stop that have made it work. But yeah, Nano Bacon all over the place, nearly hit the back of AMS and not AMS of Ashbest and spun going into Blanchimont. CC was on the outside, had to completely go off the road, and Drebe capitalised on the mistakes and mugged them both off. So crazy scenes down here as C-Type Demon has finally been passed by Tom AJ.
Yeah, well, there's going to be an airplane crash. There's no way a car from 9th to 14th in a FP pack like this is surviving. There's going to be at least one death.
Yeah, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen, and I hope a safety car doesn't come out because these battles are so close. Dino, because the guys on the soft tyres are starting to catch the guys who have tried to stay out on a set of medium, as Greeny has passed Oogie, Edward. Greeny has passed Oogie. I did say it would happen, and is Oogie regretting his decision? You know, it's a long lap round Spa, and with 4 laps to go as Callum Anderson picks up another penalty. Yeah, Greeny's just been too quick, and I'm a bit surprised as well. Alfie hasn't been very quick, has he? To be honest.
I feel like Alfie's done decent. It's not the greatest, but we both know. He hasn't put any laps in, he just comes on and hopes for the best. So I reckon he'll be happy for a P5. But he started P10, remember, on one soft and decided to stay out.
Oh, Callum's... Yeah, Greeny's been passed by Callum. The guys on the medium tyres, I think, have realised the error of their ways, and I can't wait to see the yellow marks rubber blow up for them being completely silly and trying to stay out on a set of mediums. If they make it to the end and they get a good position in the end, then I'll happily take my hat off. But if they fall below 5th place, Edward, I'm going to laugh.
Yeah, I put my hands up. Greeny's done a very good job. Props to Luke Green. Very, very fast today in this afternoon. Does deserve the victory.
Yeah, I do agree. I think he wanted the card, didn't he? And you said about corruption in the league, and he wanted the Alfa Romeo, and he doesn't really deserve the Alfa Romeo. He's a bit too fast with his yellow flags.
Called it.
It's Dino round, and Dino again had the potential to be up there. We've seen him in the top 5, the top 3, but he's now going to finish in a measly P14, Edward. And there's somebody else off, and it's Nano Bacon. And Nano Bacon has wing damage as well, so he might get 13th in the end because Nano's completely lost it, and Dino's probably going to laugh because I think Nano caused his crash.
The 2 Williams about to go into combat, Ashbeth versus Rafa, and I think Rafa has to get past here.
Hold on, I'm going to go on board with Brigade because he's on the back of the racing points, so, and he actually needs to get a move on because 3 Gloves is only 1.5 seconds behind him. And if 3 Gloves gets his DRS, they are on the same strategy. So it's really, really nip and tuck for Alfie. The guys in the mediums are losing a heap of time, and they're going to be battling each other soon, and that's definitely not going to be healthy because these guys are not going to want to give an inch.
Yeah, Alfie doing well to keep on the Game Freak, to be honest. And fly past if he decides to move over. I believe he's just been sitting and let himself
I'm not too sure if that's too smart from Alfie to sit in, because the softs are coming to the point now where they are going to be better than Alfie's mediums, but they're not going to give Game Freak that extra performance that he probably wants at the moment. You know, he's been on them 4.5 laps, and that isn't good around here at Spa. They normally start wearing about lap 5, so I think Alfie at some point, he'll probably wait till the last lap knowing Alfie. He needs to get past Game Freaker, and he's got to hope that these guys blow up. And they've still got 2.5 laps left on these sets of mediums. Like you say, I think if anyone's going to do it, it will be Yugi. But if they stay on the podium, that's another thing. If they finish the race, that's a completely other thing together, isn't it? Completely different thing altogether.
Yeah, I do agree.
do think Game Freaker does need to get a move on though, because he's not even gaining at this point now. He's just kind of being stationary. Greeny showed the pace on the softs, and he's continuous in his onslaught away from these guys, as Oogie is now going to get slipstream and DRS and probably sit behind Callum. So
yeah, I think Alfie's going to maybe pounce this one next to that. He's usually quite good on the brakes. Look at that, Alfie closing up quite a bit on the brakes there.
I think Alfie needs to make a decision, doesn't he, Edward? I think the best decision for him is to get past that racing point.
Overtake being used up through Rowdy on a note. He's got very wide actually. Sitting on what? Oogie and Callum.
Oogie and Callum going side by side. Callum's definitely can keep it in, and Oogie's nearly lost at the contact.
Damage.
For who?
Damage. That's poor from Callum.
Is it end plate damage or?
Yeah, right end plate damage for Oogie, and Alfie could. I don't know how big the damage is. If it's red end plate or something,
looks bad.
Sneak a podium.
Yeah, it looks very bad. And they've been rubbing his racing, but I'm not really too sure. Callum's lost it in the dirt. Yeah, there we go. Puncture. I said he wouldn't make it to the end, and I'm right as always. And he spun mid corner. Oh my God, he's going to collect Alfie. And Alfie's lost heaps of time to Game Freak, and that could cost him the podium, Edward.
Yeah, I think it will.
I'm not too sure. Well, it's nip and tuck for Oogie Azim. He is the tyre master, but he hasn't been racing for a while. He's only had a few races in an FP. I don't think he's in an equal league, as Dre gets past Callum. It's quite hilarious. He's just falling down the grid, Edward. He is just falling like a pebble in water, like a stone in a pond. He is just falling away, and he will get no points today.
Wow, look how close Alfie is. Alfie has brought it back. Under braking, he's amazing. Alfie's amazing on the brakes compared to Game Freak, and I think he will get this move done. And Game Freak is then going purpose. Oh jeez, there's dirty taxis. Here comes the free.
Yeah, but three gloves. Yeah, they got to watch three gloves. He's going to get a fantastic exit. So I don't know what these two are fucking playing at, to be honest. Fuck your DRS and just get round the lap and be as smart as you can. Game Freak, that's disgusting tactics, to be honest with you. And Bugatti is going to get DRS and absolutely breeze past him, which is good. And thank you very much. Get out, karma from that guy right there. And they probably could have caught Oogie, to be honest with you, but you know, too busy faffing around at turn one. And if Oogie's got a penalty, then you know they will really be in the hot seat. But you know, these guys now are catching Oogie, who is going very, very slowly, Edward.
Yeah, he's got damage, remember, Oogie, and one warning away from a penalty. Can Alfie, Game Freak a penalty? Can Alfie get this down? He's going for this. He could sneak a P2, Alfie. If that's coming down and down and down.
It's like it's like Kimi Räikkönen at the Nürburgring. You know, I said he should have pitted. I said he would have got a guarantee penalty. Oh, he's got a puncher! I said disgraceful. He's going to hit the Alfa Romeo, and he's found. What did I say? Disgusting. He smashed into three gloves. Three gloves was going to get on the podium. Three gloves because Game Freaker had a penalty.
AMS
might catch these guys as well. What a clown.
Greeny wins.
Mate, Greeny's going to win the group. We don't care. Three gloves is going to overtake Oogie. It's smashed again. Here comes AMS out of nowhere. The brink of nothing. Oogie with a puncture has nothing to answer for. He's stuck in overtake like the clown he is. Picks up a penalty. And AMS is going to take fourth position. Three gloves takes it back. And Oogie is going to fall like a rock in a water, like a stone in a pond, like a pebble in the ocean, and end in seventh position. Shocking. I said he should have pitted, Edward. I said he should have pitted.
Just imagine if Luke stayed out.
I do agree. Luke Green having the knowledge and the pace to make a two-stop work. Game Freaker as well gets on the podium. And I've made my headache 10 times worse now. I might have to go have a lie down in a minute. Oh my God, my head. But what did I say? Absolute clowns.
Side by side, Juho and Callum. Oh, go on, Juho, late on the brakes.
Juho's got the inside line for the next corner. Go on, take it to him, Juho. Go on, don't get a penalty. Oh, you silly fool. Duo's nearly lost it out of the bus stop, but who's going to win? Is it going to be Cal? No, it's Duo! It's Duo. Well done, Duo. Fantastic race, mate.
Wow, that was a bit dramatic. Alfie driver of the day. To be fair to Alfie, I told you he was doing a solid job.
Yeah, but
then he got off too.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take credit away from Alfie, but I think it's the people around him that have made him get a podium, not his overall pace. Edwards, you know, Oogie and Callum smashing into each other and doing a stupid strategy has really played into his hands there. I think fair play to Alfie for overtaking Game Freaker, but Game Freaker had a penalty anyway, so he didn't even have to overtake him. But yeah, Luke Green, man of the hour, driver of the day, would you say?
I gotta give it Greeny.
Yeah, I'd say yeah, Greeny driver of the day. Whether he deserved the Alfa Romeo or not, you take your chance when it comes. He started second, he had the pace. It didn't go so well for him on the first stint, but can't argue with a first place. And look at the best lap, Edward. 1.6 seconds faster than Alfie.
Yeah, I think someone to mention when because CC got I assume what is going to be a PS5 second penalty. He's going to go up to 7th, which could be a solid drive from the Haas. 13th to 7th round spot. Rafa solid,
8th
yeah,
as well in the Williams for Rafa from 15th. That's got something to mention as well. Nobody else really deserving of a mention. Everybody else bottling it, either getting damage or doing a silly strategy and picking up penalties. So Greeny, Alfie, Game Freaker, to be fair, made a 2-stop work, which is impressive from him. And I'd say Rafa and CC, very good from them. I imagine the 5 seconds is a bit BS, isn't it, Edward?
yeah. What would you give that?
Well, I'm a bit annoyed that I'm a bit ill, to be honest, because the race was okay. I thought it provided some action in relevant places, and it provided us with the entertainment we really craved, but I couldn't really capitalise it from a commentary point of view because I just don't feel too great, and I could only apologise to everybody at home listening, because I don't like to not commentate if possible. And yeah, if the commentary wasn't one of my best, I know it definitely wasn't, then hopefully next week when I am here, whether I'm with Edward or not, it will be a bit better. But I am going to invite everyone, Edward, so just hold fire on the questions for now, to me anyway. Like, hold fire on the speech while I just give everybody on the podium an invite. A lot of Northern we're going to hear soon, aren't we? If you can invite them, actually, Alfie, while Edward, while I talk, that'd be great. You've got Game Freaker and all that.
Yeah, Alfie,
on the list.
I think we should try and party from the chat. And yeah, we are Game Freaker. I don't think I have Game Freaker.
I know I do, but I just can't find his name. It's probably just because I've got a bit of an headache. Big Chad mentality. We'll get to the questions in a minute, lads. Just make sure I've invited everybody so they can join. A very familiar podium, must be said. A lot of familiar faces from my perspective. Congratulations to Greeny on the win, and a very impressive drive from yourself. Also congratulations to you, Alfie, on another podium in FP. It just keeps racking up, you know. The man who did the double, you know, just there's more silverware. You need a bigger trophy cabinet. Hopefully we can get Game Freaker in for a few words, but I will start off with the questions. Just tell us how you feel first of all, Greeny, because you controlled the race really with your pace. You made the 2-stop work better than anybody else, and it seemed quite comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, obviously There's a bit of an unbalanced grid, to be honest, in this game, so it's quite difficult. Obviously, we've got a lot of quick drivers in the league, so we're all getting alphas at different points. I expected to win, really. I mean, I didn't expect to win so easily, and I think the early safety car, meaning I could do the new stuff, made it at least more enjoyable for me. And yeah, I mean, I just pushed all the way through and had really good pace and enjoyed it.
Well, it's nice to hear them words. You know, the whole reason we are here is for enjoyment. I think some drivers do take the winning aspect a bit too seriously, but yeah, I'm glad you've had. I'm definitely glad you've had a good time. Also, I'd like to ask you as well, how close were you to doing the one stop? Because we saw drivers at the end, and I only knew because I've done Spa that it was not going to work. They were going to puncture. They just were. But how close were you in the back of your mind? Did you have that feeling of doing the one stop?
Well, I originally pitted with the intention to do a one stop, but like I always had in my head that I would bail out if I thought it was going to be close. So I just, after like 3 laps, I realised I wasn't going to make it, so I just pushed really hard on the mediums, made sure that I built up a gap rather than just saving it for the sake of it. So by lap sort of 6, I was pretty set on the 2 stop anyway.
Well, there you have it. A very confident performance. We'll come back to you at the end. We are going to move on to second place. Bugatti. I'm sick of hearing your voice, to be honest. I talk to you most days and then you end up being on the podium as well. So first of all, same question as Greenie, how did you feel about another podium? How do you feel?
Well, I just can't help it. I'm good. But the race, it wasn't looking too promising until the second stint when Nano Bacon spun and Game Freak had no pace on the soft, so I just got coming and thought I'll have you on the last lap. I don't know if you saw it, but he went really deep into La Source to try and let me pass, and I wasn't having any of it. So I just pretty much stopped on the straight, gave him the position back and got him and job done. But I had a bit of contact with Oogie because he went a bit deep to get a puncture. But second place, I think I'm in the lead of the championship, so looking forward to my Williams in Monza.
Yeah, it's quite a contrast between you and Greenie. Obviously a very dominant performance. Greenie had the pace in the Alpha. I feel like not one of your best tracks. You didn't really have pace compared to others around you, but you capitalised on others' mistakes, and that's what has made you a champion in the past. And seeing Game Freaker have no pace on the soft, I don't know what went on there. Obviously Game Freaker did get a podium in the end, but he probably should have been challenging probably closer to Greenie, really doing the same strategy. And Oogie and Callum, absolute buffoons, I have to say it. I don't know what they're playing at. They crashed into each other at the top of La Source, and then Oogie had damage for the entire race. Callum decides to spin in front of you on the penultimate lap, nearly gave Game Freaker second place. Then Oogie kills 3 clubs on the final lap because he's got a puncture and just turns into him, and it's just complete carnage. Then AMS takes them both on the bus stop chicane. So I have no idea what those two were playing at. Completely ruined their races. They were guaranteed at least top 5 if they just did the normal strategy, either a 2-stop or did the 1-stop. But did you ever have a feeling, same question as Greenie's, or did you ever have a feeling in the back of your mind that the 2-stop could have been on, or were you always set on that 1-stop?
I'm a very simple man. I do my strategy. The 1-stop was my strategy, so I don't touch those exotic strategies. But it worked today. But next week, when Greenie doesn't get a puncture and is dead at Monza, then I'll be the one laughing.
Yeah, true. Well, me and Edward, especially the last few laps, were the ones laughing. It was hilarious. I couldn't really keep my composure sometimes. There were so many battles here, there and everywhere. I didn't really feel too good to do the comms, so it was a bit dreary to start off with. Did get a bit more lively through the comms. Final question for you, from myself to you, Greenie, is Monza's next? No, it's not Monza next. It's Zandvoort next.
No, it's Monza next.
Is it Monza?
We're skipping Zandvoort to get the season back ahead of everyone else.
There we go then. So we've been voted to skip Zandvoort, so it is Monza next week. How are you feeling about that? Because the stereotype, if you cook it Spa, you cook it Monza.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest shame for me is that I won't be able to take the Toro Rosso in Monza and continue my winning streak there. But yeah, I don't know. I probably am going to be in it with him, so we will see. Though we will see. Alfioli's doing a bit of a runaway job at the moment, so we're going to have to put a halt to that with this It's great,
If I
unfortunately.
touch a Williams, I'll be kicking off.
Just saying, you know, the line's back on and you're not so bad anymore. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed today's race, and it's even better to smash the FP champion by 11 seconds.
Oh.
Well, ego's running high, as you can see in the comms box. Last word from Alfie. Same question. It's Monza next week. How are you feeling? Are you going to take the fight to Greeny, or are you just going to do your own thing and hope it plays out like today?
I don't think I need to fight Green. You'll probably fight someone else and die. So you know, it's alright. And he won't have, you know, slipstream off CC this season. So let's see where we end up.
Wow, I think that's a very good way to end. A lot of tension here in Formula Performance, and it's been a pleasure once again to commentate on this absolute fiesta of a league. I've been Lordy-MK. I've been joined by Lickle Blocks tonight. I'm going to cut it short, Lickle. I'm sorry I didn't get to ask a few questions, but I've got a headache. So I'll catch you guys next week at 8 PM, same time at Monza.